In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how you will do the assignment in section 3 where you need to draw rectangles and circles on a canvas element. You'll start by going to the section 3 folder in your course resources folder, and you'll do the assignment on the file that's in the Wacky Wall Shapes practice folder. I'm going to do the demonstration from here, the file that's in the demo folder. So I'm just going to right-click the Wacky Wall Shapes demo and open it with Notepad. And just give me a sec while I resize the window here. And I'm also going to show you how you can use the code that's in the example folder. So for the first one here, we're going to open up the example 1 folder. And we'll just do the same thing. Open this in Notepad. The files that are in the examples folders contain code as if the assignments were already done. So you can use this code as an example, and in fact you can copy and paste from here into your practice file, which is what I'm going to demonstrate now. So one of the first things to do in the assignment is to draw a rectangle. So let's go back to the practice code here in Notepad. So we're going back to the demo version of the file. And we're just going to run this in Chrome to see how it looks right now. So the current behavior of this shapes demo file, the paint cans have been replaced by circles and squares and rectangles. And if you click on them, all they do is color the background, just like in the paint activity. We want to change this behavior by modifying the code. So we'll go back to the Notepad window. And we'll just look down here and see that these buttons, down here where the code is for the buttons, you see that we have all these buttons coded to call functions that are in the JavaScript. This magenta circle calls the paint magenta function, the yellow circle, the cyan circle. Then we also have the orange square and a green square and a red rectangle and a teal rectangle. Each one of them just calls the paint function that changes the background color. Let's go up and change one of these so that it draws a rectangle. We'll look for the paint red function up here. Okay, you see the code here is the same as on the previous activity. All it does is change the background to red and changes the message on the message line and changes the state of the button variable to 0 or off in the way that we're using it. So let's put some code in here that instead of changing the background color draws a rectangle. And we'll just grab our code from the completed examples code over here, and we'll look here at the paint red function. So you can see that the code is here to draw a rectangle. The first line that's needed is to establish the fill style, which is the color that the rectangle will be filled with. And then the second line contains the fill rect command, which gives the parameters of x and y. So it'll be the corner, the upper left corner of the rectangle will be drawn at 200x and 50y, and then it will be 200 pixels wide and 90 pixels tall. So let's just grab this, highlight it, and copy it. Go back over here and insert it right after the background command. Now we don't want the background and the rectangle to be the same color, so we'll change the background to black. You could change it to white or silver or some other color. In fact, let's change it to silver. And then save it. Now we'll go back to our browser window and refresh the page, and then click on the red rectangle button, and it draws us a red rectangle. The next thing that needs to be done for the assignment is to draw a circle, and we already have these buttons down here that are intended for drawing a circle. So we'll go back to our Notepad window and look at our code. So let's look through here in our functions and find the magenta, we know that that one is meant to be used to draw a circle. Here's the paint magenta function. Let's go to the examples file and find the paint magenta function here. And here are the commands that we're using to draw a circle. The stroke style command is where you would put the color that you want the border of the circle to be. The line width is how thick you want the border to be. Then you need the begin path command in order for this arc command to work. Then you use this stroke command to complete the circle, and the close path command to end the path for the drawing. And we will talk more about paths in a later lesson. So let's just copy these lines and bring them over here and paste them. And again, we don't want the background and the stroke style to be the same color. In this case, we'll make the background black. The hex code for black is 6 zeros. And then we'll save it. Go back to our browser window and refresh, and then click the magenta circle. So it drew a magenta circle for us. And if you're successfully able to do that, then you have completed the assignment. Let me just give you a little teaser here, though, that we're going to be learning in later lessons how to fill in circles, and scroll down here to the rectangle, how to put borders around rectangles and things like that. But that is all for this assignment.